Did it. We are 5Alive. I'm BobbyT.
I'm Martin.
I'm not, and I'm Crza, and I've not gotten the update for live yet. Well, sorry.
It does take a few minutes.
There
it does take a few minutes. So, guys, I just want to, before we say anything, just want to say it's probably the audio is not going to be great. Crza has to send out a text with a link and stuff to the episode, and that does interfere with the microphone. So we apologize ahead of time. That said, we did have a pretty good week, and we're going to have a pretty amazing week next week. Haul-wise was insane this week.
It was a really good. Haul-wise was so good, we had to do a midweek haul episode. That's
we seriously just put out 2 hauls. We're doing another one tonight because it's just been like one thing after another.
Yep.
Right now, what I'm actually kind of super into is Loot Crate because they really just knocked my socks off this month.
Yeah.
Next month might not be so great. I think next month is like Stranger Things and Ghostbusters
and some other
there
stuff.
was one other license that I just didn't care about, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes, but
and that's why
is it Filmation's Ghostbusters? You know, was the one with the
see, that's the thing. I don't know. That would be hilarious.
Although,
oh shit,
that Loot Crate that's coming out with the Stranger Things and the Ghostbusters stuff, it's gonna come with like an exclusive diorama, so it might.
Yeah,
be
it has that little special thing.
Man, hopefully
the
it's all the original Star Wars figures.
So a really great deal that, and actually, you know what? We're not going to go to deals. We're going to say a little later on, we're going to start talking about games. We're going to throw up a code so we can get a copy of FIFA 2018 to the first person to snag it. We're going to throw it into the comments.
PS4.
Yeah, for the PS4.
Yep, for PS4. Mommy T is currently manning the switchboard. So later on, she will be able to throw that up there and make sure everyone can get a chance at it.
The sound should be good now. I posted the link. I turned off my phone.
We're good. We're getting a thumbs up.
All right.
It's my fault for the technical difficulties tonight. I apologize, but some of my Discord peeps wanted to watch, so I figured.
Crza technical difficulties?
That doesn't sound
doesn't
right.
really flow.
No, yeah, exactly.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
So, speaking of Discord, can we just talk back to that My Little Pony Discord that you bought last week?
Yeah.
That thing was crazy cool.
Yes. Yeah.
The thing on and we looked. It's called the Throne of Lies.
Okay.
And it's actually really an awesome throne with these antlers on top of it and everything. My daughter loves it.
There you go.
It's really funny.
That's really all that matters. As long as your child likes the toys that I buy, that's
Baby T enjoys it.
Yeah,
once again, buying other people's love. The only way.
That's how the man does it.
I just got to figure out what your mom loves and then buy some
Dallas Cowboys, Yankee Candle, Dooney and Burke.
There you go. There you go. Sweet.
I got 2 thumbs in BobbyT's mom's love.
So
maybe I could take like some artsy black and white stills of Martin and like put them in a nice frame.
So wait a minute, you're gonna try to win my mother's affection by using Martin.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty. That's some smart
yeah, exactly.
Stuff. You are a sociopath. So this week I did come across some pretty good deals at what we had been talking about.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty nuts. And one of the things that I did come across today at a quick little Target trip was these Fallout Mystery Minis. $1.78 a piece.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Target is doing their clearance right now. I think Walgreens is really dried up to a certain extent. They're not really throwing as many things out there, or the things that were are just gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Walmart's always doing a clearance, but it's not as heavy as it was. But Target is in this weird phase. Now, not just this stuff, but like everything in the store was on clearance. I picked up a Pink Ranger lunchbox for my daughter. That was, I think, $3 or $4. Hey, Daddy might use it a few times to go out and grab some toys.
We're gonna see the thermos come out really later.
Why does the baby's thermos smell like scotch?
I drink bourbon. So, who's been drinking out of my baby's thermos?
Your General Brown liquor smell.
So anyway, yeah, though they had shirts were on sale. I mean, you name it. Everything was pops. Some pops are at $2.98. Like if you were there at that moment, you could really get some. I sent Crza a picture of a Batman, the '69 Batman or whatever. It was Batman in space.
Yeah.
That was only $4.
Wow,
yeah, that's really good.
So like, there's just some really cool stuff. But like I said, $1.78 for these. Not every Target is at the same level of discount. These maybe $4 at your local Targets. So let's give these an open. These are the Fallout. I did kind of pre-open them up here on the top because the plastic was
taking
real.
the fun away from us.
Well, no, taking the
Speaking
I
of,
brought my knife for
Did? That's awesome.
Speaking of Funko and their products, or Pops, I guess, since you brought that up, I saw online that they are going to be releasing a Dragon Ball Super line of Pops. Yeah.
Oh, Chris is getting back in it.
I'm super excited for that.
Yes,
Nice.
dude. First one I opened is the freaking Power Armor. That is even awesome. That's the one that I opened before.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
That guy is badass.
Dude, these are so sick.
Yeah.
But they
$1.78. I can't even freaking believe it. I grabbed 11 of them.
Nice.
They have a.
I just want to keep opening.
They have a Trunks. They have two Trunks Pops where he's kind of like kneeling down and like punching the ground. It's gonna be a normal one and a Super Saiyan form. So I'm glad they're finally releasing some new. I mean, it's not DBZ, but still, I guess for all intents and purposes, DBZ. It's Dragon Ball Super though. Same characters. But that means I hope in the future now they're gonna have some Comic-Con exclusive Dragon Ball stuff because they missed out on that.
Well, this makes me think now. What gets me excited is stuff like they're doing a lot more flocking around this time. They didn't do that originally. So what do you got?
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. I think it's the speed shot.
Yep. Yep.
So, so I think what's cool is that they've been doing now the glitter variants. They've been doing the different clear pieces. They've been doing the flock stuff. It's going to be really cool to see that. Even if it's the dumb stuff like a flocked Saiyan tail.
Just
little
I
details
would
like
like
that,
to see
you know?
that.
I have a question regarding.
Although there's really aren't any Saiyans with any tails anymore, but
Hey?
yeah.
I have a question regarding a chase variant.
Sure.
Which for the Batman animated series, the robot, which one was the chase? The complete robot head or?
Yes, I think it's the one with the complete robot.
I found
head.
a half one at Walgreens or Walmart.
I found one too.
I
and
wanted
was
to buy it, and I'm like,
oh,
I
it
don't.
looks so good.
I
Well,
can't.
it
I don't
says
want
It'll say
it should
chase
say on the
on
box
okay.
chase variant on
it
that.
did
But
say
Yeah,
then-
like it'll
yeah.
say like the
Right.
windows like
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
and it has a little chase.
But
sticker
it was
on
awesome looking.
Yeah.
It was that just actually brings me to. I was looking, thinking about Funko Pops. My son owns a couple, but it's not something I actively try and grab. But I wanted to try and grab, a couple characters that I really do care about.
That's how it starts.
So,
Yeah.
I wanted to, the ones that I was looking at, unfortunately, one of them is terrible, is the Daredevil. The original Daredevil
Not
doesn't
good.
look good at all.
No.
It's awful. The TV one looks a bit better, but I hate that costume. So, the original Flash looks awesome. I want that one. And it's older, but you can get it.
So, you know what? I'm actually going to go off screen for a second.
Oh, okay.
You just made me
And
think of
then
one of the things I
the
grabbed.
other one I want them to do, and if they make a flocked version, would be amazing, is a Nightcrawler.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
you know
wow.
what would be-
Even a flock beast? Dude.
That's
Yeah,
what I was about
yeah,
to say.
exactly.
A flock beast
But
would be really
but
good.
Nightcrawler's my favorite.
On the
character.
topic of Target deals, the clearance,
Yep.
the Flash Pop, bam! That
Nice.
is a Flash t-shirt.
That is
You got that for me, right?
That was $4. $4.48.
That would be amazing if he
Yeah, but
said
it was just like... No.
And you're in this one, Chris is like,
Martin. It's only an XL. This fat piece of shit.
yeah,
it's at
you're
least
right.
a
You're right.
6XL.
Exactly.
I said
6XL,
I
wow,
said
yeah.
t-shirt, not moo.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to look like a freak, so.
That's when Chris was like, "Oh no, this isn't my favorite Flash, anyways." Chris's favorite Flash is Jay Garrick. So,
No, come on. My favorite Flash is Flashpoint, Paradox, and all that. That's my favorite Flash. Yeah.
you're gonna stop talking.
I think
And
go.
Harley Quinn. I need a pop Harley Quinn T-shirt.
Only from the movie Suicide
Yes,
Squad. though.
Yeah,
exactly.
that version.
And then I need to buy an Alexa Bliss
Now,
T-shirt.
okay, hold on. Here's what's funny. This
Which
is
one
inevitable.
would you get?
This is
I'll have to I'll have to look.
inevitable.
Maybe I'll buy all of them since I'm such a fan.
Alexa Bliss will get a pop. They make WWE pops.
Oh, yeah,
They're
no,
making a
that's
Zack
happening.
Ryder.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, and
Yeah.
she's gonna sit right here. For every episode Martin is on, I'm making sure it's on the table.
Eventually.
Much like a yokai watch,
Yeah.
it's making repeated appearances.
Eventually.
Oh, speaking of that, I have it. I actually have it in my car. I forgot.
Then
to
what the
bring it
hell
up.
are you doing?
Now
in
it will
here?
be stolen.
Yeah.
I hope
No, I
so.
locked my numbers.
Eventually, the once you do get that Alexa Bliss pop up there, 2 round holes will be burned into it for my paint.
Don't have those glasses. It'll actually 7
Oh,
somehow.
yeah. my wife was cleaning up today, and she came out of the bathroom with 2 pigtails. I was like, nope, don't
Nope,
do it.
done. Can't do
She's
it.
like, really? Most guys love this. I'm like,
Nope.
well, I'm not most guys. You look terrible. You look like an idiot. In fact.
Now, get back in that old engineer's gear like I like it. I said toot toot, you bastard.
I like
So-
my women to look like a 1920s engineer.
Hey, I mean, we've all got our fetishes. Like it.
Yes,
I mean,
know.
I like looking at cartoon feet going upstairs.
Oh God, you guys haven't seen that episode yet. I have a few episodes already edited and ready to go.
Oh, man.
We're gonna put them out soon. One of them is the review of
The Future Diaries.
episode reviews and synopsis of the Future Diaries on Crunchyroll. There's some pretty funny stuff that's in those videos. We're pretty excited to put those out.
Can I just say how
What's up, man?
goddamn brilliant Funko is?
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
Say what you will about their practices and other things, but just money making.
They know it.
Smart as hell.
Yeah, they know how to do it, brother. So speaking of, actually, you were able to grab some League of Legends figures.
Yes, I did.
We'll also be checking all this stuff out in a one consolidated video, but that was some really awesome looking figures.
Yeah, I can grab them if you want.
Yeah, grab them, dude. I thought they were really cool, and they're on right now. GameStop's doing buy one get one on clearance stuff, so that's also why we're like ready to grab stuff.
I would,
this
I would
weekend.
also like to point out that this is the Good Flash. This doesn't have any.
That is exactly why I got this, because I knew Martin was going to say this. I'm sorry, go.
It doesn't have any accoutrements on his
No extra lines.
on his costume for
Nothing.
no reason. There's no gigantic leather.
Cod pieces.
Oh my god! Just
Nips.
the dumbest crap in the world. He's the fastest man
stickler,
alive.
huh?
He's the fastest man alive. You know what he needs? Armor to slow him down. How dumb are you?
Let's talk about this before we keep ranting. I have so much battery on this phone.
I bought these League of Legends figures at GameStop. Like BobbyT said, they are clearance, so they are buy one, get one free. I'm not sure how long that promotion is going, but it's going on right now. I think at least through the weekend. So I don't know who these characters are, but
They look awesome.
Yeah, I just figured I'd grab them.
The pink one is really, really cool.
Yeah,
this,
so
I really
this
like
one
that.
is Zed. I mean, we can open it up. I don't care.
Zed's
about
Yeah,
dead.
let's talk most hey, get your knife out there, Knifey Magoo.
Zed's dead, man.
This is a rarity. We never really see this, actually. Crza is opening toys. Yeah,
well,
got
it's
things on the
these
back.
toys it's things I don't care about.
Oh,
that,
dude.
yeah.
These are really nice
These
figures.
are actually manufactured by Funko.
Yeah, and also that's why I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that we got to say that. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up is coming into the holidays. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, sale wise, when it comes
this
to
guy's broken.
things like
His
Five
arm
Nights
is,
at Freddy's, and just kind of things that are relatively hot. A lot of the stuff's on clearance right now, so get out there and get it now because the holidays are coming, and you'll be able to kind of show a little more, save a little more money.
This Zed is going to be missing his arm. Yeah,
that is going into the 100 subscriber
Yeah,
broken
exactly.
box.
And this is, can we do a broken box?
That would be hilarious.
Where it's just filled
get
with Matt Hardy
broken
figures?
Shit. Oh wow. He's like, I gotta make a lot of Matt Hardy figures. I don't want to.
No. What I'm saying is we just break a bunch of Matt Hardy.
Okay, those are expensive. That's the other part, dude. I'm trying to make Matt Hardy customs. Expensive.
By Matt Hardy figures, I mean we just paint a bunch of random
Okay,
figures
I
like
gotcha.
Matt Hardy and break them.
So no, I wanted to bring
Let's
up.
do it the TNA way. Let's just half-ass
It's just
it.
half-ass the whole thing. So actually, I wanted to talk about
Wow.
kind of what we do with buying as many toys as we can for as little as possible. My wife had been telling me that there's a group that she's in, and this mom was saying, "Oh, I want to get good gifts for my kids, and I don't really have a lot of money." She ends up getting money. All this bullshit goes on, whatever. But she says she couldn't get anything for the amount of money she had. She had $50.
Wow,
Everything that Crza got today was $25 fucking dollars.
$25. I bought these two League of Legends figures.
Wow, the articulation on this is
It's
crazy.
insane, dude.
Yeah. I bought a Star Wars or a Trivial Pursuit Star Wars edition.
Black Trivial Pursuit.
Yep. I got a 2-pack of these Pokemon mugs that are shaped like Pokeballs, and then Travel Battleship and a lanyard for myself for when we go to Comic-Con to hold my my ID badge.
$25. That is a
I'm gonna be
legit crop of
I'm
toys.
going to be the only dork who doesn't have his own lanyard.
Well, that's good for you that I grabbed two, my man, because I have one that is BB-8. It's the BB-8 Pop.
Fiora doesn't want to stand up.
And
She's
then-
drunk.
And then I grabbed one from Think Geek, and it's got like it's green with
Got
like
monkeys on it.
no, it's like controllers and I think
that's
like
fine,
rockets and
whatever.
stuff. It's kind
I
of cool.
don't care.
Look, if not, you're gonna get whatever the
Yeah.
hey, whatever they give out might be cool.
The thing that kills me about it is, like you said, you know, this mother said, "Oh, I couldn't find anything." It's like, no, you just didn't
You
try.
look.
Yeah,
Or she thinks that that things that are maybe at a certain price point aren't worth
Exactly,
it. Yeah.
and we're kind of turning that on its ear.
Yeah.
We're showing like there's absolutely no way
No.
you can really go nuts if you just think about it. And we haven't even broached into the internet, like trying to figure things out and get deals on the internet. We're buying this stuff in person, so it's not even like we're pulling like links out of our ass.
Exactly.
You know,
I posted a link on my Instagram today of the two newest Mega Blocks that I built, and one of them was the one that I got from Destasio's yard sale, and the other one was one that I got at Dollar General for $2.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
everybody get something from this guy's yard sale except for
Everybody
me?
but you! Even my daughter got stuff. My
Dude,
daughter
that's
got the
fucked up, man.
awesomest. Dude.
I'm so sorry that Crza lost once.
So I guess
Deal with it.
we're gonna get into the
Son
normal.
of a
Oh,
bitch.
okay. My wife, I think BobbyT just ran upstairs to go grab what my daughter got from the yard
Nice.
sale. It is a. Jesse had told me that it was when he was in kindergarten. It was the toy that was in the kindergarten class.
Okay.
And it's a space station.
Wow.
And it has like an ATV rover. It comes with all these red and yellow guys. It's got all these little actions and stuff. My daughter absolutely loves this thing. It's always on her play
I'm just
table.
gonna have to sneak into your daughter's room and take it.
Just smack her and take it. Just that. Grab the Atlas or Martin. So what are you guys watching?
I've started watching not a new YouTube channel, but one that I was recently introduced. It's Larry Bundy Jr. He is he's a video game journalist from England. And he does,
Here it comes. Crza, grab it.
Oh wow! He does a series called Fact Hunt.
This is the toy that I'm going to be taking home tonight.
That is awesome.
Yeah, look, it's
Isn't
got
this
the
thing
little
amazing?
Moon Rover thing going on too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty
sweet,
awesome.
He does a YouTube series called Fact Hunt.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is
Um,
awesome.
And basically just, the top 5 things, but it's all like super interesting stuff about the old school video games that you never really knew. Like, top 5 video games that were remade for, that's amazing, that were remade for consoles, or, remade for the same system twice, or ported to the same system twice. The other thing that I love about it is because he is English.
That's awesome. And if we get multiple zombies, that's totally badass.
Oh, yeah.
Because what's the
Because we're
problem?
going to give them away.
My ass. We're keeping those.
The cool thing about about it is because he is English, you get an insight into what the video game industry was like over there in the 80s and 90s, which it wasn't console driven at all. Whereas the late 80s, early 90s for America was just nothing but Nintendo. Whereas in England, because because the country's economy was so terrible, everything was about budget. So you bought a family computer, and then the companies ported their games into the family computer. Everything was on cassette tapes.
Wow. Weird.
They were like, you would be, the
Well, it's
whole thing
part
was
of
the
why,
budget games were like $5 a
Those
pop.
weird
the
Europeans.
the really expensive ones were $10. That's why the Sega Master System was huge, because it was
The Mega
cheap.
Drive was
Yeah.
it was the Mega Drive.
No, the Sega Master System.
Oh, you're right.
was
I'm
first.
sorry.
Mega
Yep.
Drive is
Mega
what they
Drive
call
was
their
second.
Genesis.
Yep.
But
There's
yeah,
a whole episode in Moon Boy about that. And
Yes.
it's all about living as a kid living in Ireland. And he, as it's actually Chris O'Dowd's story, basically. And he wants the Mega Drive so bad because it's such a different thing. And
yeah.
So
But
it's
it
very
was-
interesting.
yeah.
To us, it was just another step.
Yeah, but it was awesome. It's a really, really cool YouTube channel. I can't recommend it enough. And those are the things I love. Like little 20 minutes of history that you never knew about, which is why I love the Dollop.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh,
so.
Dolph was the greatest. So I guess we'll save that for later on.
Yes.
When I go, hey, what are you listening to? And I'm just gonna go. What is it? What did I ask? What
You asked what we were watching. So Crza,
what are you watching?
So I started watching Black Books on Netflix because you guys kept talking about it. So I finally kind of sat down and started watching it. I think I'm only like 4 or 5 episodes in so far, but I am enjoying it.
It's almost a whole season.
Yeah.
Because British shows are
6
notoriously
episodes,
6
which
episodes.
is why they're the best.
I finished up I guess the fall season animes this week because Classroom of the Elite got its 12th episode and
was it worth it after all the bullshit?
No, not in my opinion anyway. It started off so good.
Isn't this thing awesome?
Really cool.
It started off so good, and I just feel like as the show wore on, nothing really happened, and then stuff started to happen. You guys aren't even listening.
Yeah, no, stuff
started to happen. We're listening to
listening.
you. We're just playing with
We're
the
also
toy.
playing with the
Look.
toy.
And then it goes down at the bottom. This thing is so awesome.
Towards the end, episodes 10, 11, 12, it finally started to get interesting, and then the season is done.
And one thing my classroom had when I was a kid was a Bible.
I hope.
I put them in there.
I hope it gets a second season, and they're gonna start doing,
people killing each other.
Yeah, it's just.
It just went nowhere. It was like they built up
That
a
sucks.
premise.
It's like I told you, episode, I think it was 2 or 3, they show off this one side to the character, and she was super psycho and really crazy and awesome, and then they never touched on it again. And maybe she reverted to that other part of her persona like once, and it was for a minute. And it's like, really? So why did he even... Yeah,
That's weak.
So hopefully, I mean, I guess at least now through the 12 episodes, if they do get a second season, it can kind of build on that and start to maybe, have some stuff going. Because the way that it ended, it seems like it kind of went into the main character's mindset of how he feels with towards treating his like classmates and friends and stuff like that. So I hope it starts to get a little bit more intriguing and better. It's just nothing really happened this first.
That's weird.
It was a disappointment after how good the first 2 episodes were.
Yeah, you were really into it there, and then it just kind of went off.
Yeah.
So
sorry to cut you off, but there, real quick on Facebook, Cornboy posted a video from Viz Media of something called, I can't remember the name of it, but it was some new show that they have coming out on the 4th, and it looked amazing. It had Gotcha Man in it. And you liked it.
I must have.
You liked it, yeah. So that's.
I really. You know what, dude? I watch a lot of things.
But I want to know what the hell it was so bad.
Except for the things I'm supposed to be watching, which leads me to I watched Big Mouth on Netflix. I had originally I was just sitting here. I need to watch Future Diaries, but the issue is I need to watch Future Diaries because I have to read it. So I can't really watch that passively. So I was looking around and I said, maybe I'll watch the Kroll show again. I love that show. Yep. It's been my yearly Kroll showing is ready.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it on anything. My Hulu wasn't working. It was just like this symphony of errors. So finally I was like, fuck it, I'll just go to Netflix.
Wait, BobbyT having...
Just, oh, God. Every driver, every restart, it was just the worst. Yeah. So I just finally decided, fuck it, I'll watch Netflix. So I come across Big Mouth, not knowing that it's Nick Kroll and John Mulaney's show about puberty.
Oh, okay.
And they have the puberty monster. The hormone monster is for the boys, and the hormone monstress is for the girl. The monstress is Maya Rudolph. The monster is Nick Kroll as basically the Branch Rickey character, but like a little more demonish and totally dirty about everything.
Nice.
The kids just can't, one is just like constantly masturbating. It's just really a funny look at what we've all dealt with.
They actually just brought that up on the job. They're like, that's why they have to put kids into the military and have them go to school. Otherwise, the boys from 13 to 18 would just be masturbating
That's all you do.
all the time.
And this show is really like that example. It's a really, really funny show. I'm up to episode 10 already. Wow. I had a lot of work to do in here, so I just kind of had, like I said, I had it rolling. So, are you guys reading anything?
I am rereading through the Mighty Avengers, which was the Avengers spinoff right after Civil War. Iron Man's team that took over before after Cap died. It was a quick, about I think like 16-issue run, and then afterward done by Brian Michael Bendis and started by Frank Cho, and then Mark Bagley took over
Frank
afterwards.
Cho. I love Frank Cho.
Yeah, I love and hate Frank Cho.
He's more than likely going to be at New York Comic Con. We may have to check him out, which we're going to talk about after this segment.
I love and hate Frank Cho. I love him, and and then there are other parts where I'm like, really, Frank Cho?
Hey,
but again, you get what you give. So
on a scale of 1 Alexa Bliss to 10 Alexa Blisses, how much do you hate?
Just
Frank
10 Alexa Blisses, is that a bad thing?
I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just trying to...
I hate Alexa Bliss.
Exactly.
So,
Alexis Bliss. She's the worst.
What if there was an Alexis Bliss?
Oh
who
my
was
god,
like the complete,
she was the complete opposite.
Yeah,
she didn't copy every single thing that she did off of someone else.
She actually
was original. She actually
exactly.
She actually worked for the thing she got.
So just so sour. What are you reading, Crza?
I actually finally finished reading the Gundam Thunderbolt manga that we bought a few weeks ago when we were down at Akiba Underground. Yeah, so that was really good. I liked it a lot. I don't know if they're going to turn it into an anime, but...
more than likely. Yeah. It's Gundam. It'll be something. There's Gundam forever,
actually,
so it'll eventually be something.
My boss today was telling me that I think they're going to re-release Gundam Wing, like a special, X-year anniversary. Yeah, so keep on the lookout for that if you're, Gundam fans. I'm not sure what this collection is going to entail, but I will do some research and maybe...
I'm really loving the current Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Oh, yeah, that show is...
Those, not just the show, but also the models that come from it. I'm really loving. I do want to do a speed build one day. Just do like a 10-minute video of... me building a Gundam from point A to Z. I do get pretty into it. They can really do all the lining work and the panel work and all that stuff.
Do you make sound effects like when you're... Pew, 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 pew.
Sometimes. Look, I do this for fun, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm really loving Iron-Blooded Orphans. Reading-wise, I went back and read the last trade paperback of Invincible because the new one is going to be out next week. So I only read it in trade form. So the second it comes in, I read it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sit there and wait for like 5 or 6 months for the next one to come out. So I remember what happened in the last one, but I just want that little refresh. And it's Invincible. However, every time I'm done with Invincible, I feel almost depressed because I know they're gonna make it into a show, and I know they're gonna fuck it up. And
you mean like Preacher?
I haven't even watched Preacher.
Why would you?
I have an undisclosed friend told me that he had to finally watch it for work, and he was just angry, like seething the whole time.
Why wouldn't
like,
you be?
It's just miserable.
The problem with the Preacher television show is you know the source material, and it's not like Game of Thrones where they just can't do the source material. They could do the source material, but no one would watch it because it would be the most disgusting thing in the world.
It would just be a dude fucking an armadillo, bro. So, I haven't only really been reading that. Just finished the Ernest Cline, by the way. Remembered his name. Just finished those Armada.
I would grab those from you, so I gotta read them.
Well, one is on my Kindle and the other one is on a phone.
No one likes you.
So. Would have got another one of those. That's 3 of those. Oh, all right. That is amazing.
Nice.
This guy reminds me of my favorite 30-second film.
Mm-hmm. He reminds me of Josh.
It's a YouTube series. These guys, and they just do super quick films. And one of them is there's a guy like this, and he's stabbing him. And he's like, "This is for Johnny," and it cuts quick to the dude getting stabbed. He's like, "But I am Johnny," and he's like, "Johnny, what did I do?"
I remember that. Whoa, that is
badass.
So sick. So really, I mean, I bought 11 of these things. Only ended up getting 2 doubles.
Yeah.
Did get a power armor.
That's a really good pull.
Yeah. Really, only like 3 or 4 shy of the entire set. So.
Yeah. I mean, it helps that there were 1 in 12 chance for each. There were no
Yeah, the odds aren't really all that nuts. So that's really cool. I'm very happy with those, especially at $1.78.
Exactly.
What was the next one? What do we watch?
What are we playing?
What are we playing?
No. What are we listening to?
What are we listening to? Yeah, that's true.
What do you?
Semi-final.
This is the final comes later.
Yes, exactly.
What are we fucking Martin or something?
So I'm listening to Blood for Blood. I don't know. This week I just really had an urge to listen to some old school Boston hardcore. So I've just been listening to Blood for Blood a little bit. Throwing some Hatebreed earlier this week. So that kind of, angry, fuck the world. I hate everybody.
You were sick earlier in the week.
That's what it was,
loving, just wallowing in your anger.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, what ska are you listening to?
I was listening to The Dollop. I'm almost caught up.
Wow.
I'm in the middle of 290. I'm in the middle of Vincent Hallinan, so I'm almost there,
Excellent.
Which is an amazing episode. And of course, if you haven't listened to The Dollop, please listen to The Dollop. It is one of the best podcasts out there if you're even remotely interested in history. It's so good. And then they just dropped a new episode of my favorite podcast, The Dana Gould Show, which we're going to meet Dana.
So, speaking of, Stand Against Evil is one of the press gatherings we're going to end up going to at New York Comic Con. And in that gathering, I believe there was a red carpet, and they'll be possibly doing a panel, I believe.
Yes. Nice.
So we're going to watch the panel, do the red carpet, possibly get to talk to some of these people. And one of them is Dana Gould, and that made Martin...
Yes, one of my favorite comedians from early mid-'80s comedian, was a writer on The Simpsons.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Just a hilarious dude, and does a flawless Vincent Price impersonation.
Now, I do have a question though.
Yes.
For The Dollop, what if you have no interest in history whatsoever?
Well, then don't watch it. But also, if you
No.
have no interest in history, you're the worst person ever.
There are episodes. The one I always introduce everyone on is called The Rube. It's episode 12.
Yeah.
That is the episode that if you listen to that and you laugh even once, you like The Dollop. It's really... your political feelings may be hurt at one point when you kind of get some of the real story of what happened, not the whitewashed version of it. Then you may get your feelings hurt, which they get a lot of.
Speaking of politics, if I can just kind of veer off track here, I'm not trying to get political here. But I actually had a question for you, Bobby, because I know you've lived here in Connecticut.
Nuck
And it doesn't have anything to do with racism. It actually has to do with living and I guess standards of living. So this guy gave me a lecture about living in a communist state because our taxes were so high. So, I mean, in my mind, I'm like, well, you're talking to the wrong man because...
You were like, I'd love to live in a communist
state. Yeah, exactly.
I'll talk to somebody else on that one.
But secondly, he was saying about how, Florida, the taxes is lower and this and that thing. And I want to get your opinion on that because you've lived in Florida, you've lived in Connecticut. Now, even though the taxes might be lower in Florida, which they probably are, I feel like the government is still going to tax you on other things there to get the money.
So that was what I was going to say.
Yes, okay.
All right, so if I'm remembering it correctly, and I'm probably wrong, you have to remember, I haven't lived there in 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
So it was probably different then than it is now. I am more than likely wrong, as I may be remembering it differently.
Yeah.
But if there is no state income tax, I believe.
There is none, because that's why all the NBA teams.
That's why they always players want to go there because why wouldn't you? You get to keep
Florida and
millions.
Texas.
Yeah, those are the two. So that's one of the things. The other thing is the property taxes in your individual zones are higher.
Okay.
So the more desirable areas are going to be kept much nicer because you're mostly paying a city tax. So when you're in an area like a perfect example is where I lived. You had Palm Beach Gardens, which had PGA National and these very beautiful mansions and stuff. And that was like perfectly clean roads. If there was a storm, it was clean. Like everything was nice. Then you get over to Riviera Beach, and there it was a lot more people on public assistance. It was a lot more people in retirement homes. There weren't any really hotels or anything. It was not a good place. And that place sucked.
Yeah.
Everything was bad. The roads were terrible. Like, stoplights are broken. The street lights are broken. Just nothing getting fixed because there just wasn't any money for it. So when you live in Florida, you really have to look at where you're living because your taxes are going to be, I guess, somewhat the same. The percentage is the same.
Yeah.
It's just the quality of land that you're living on. Because you got to remember, the entire middle of that giant dog is nothing but a swamp.
Yep.
So
well, and like that's why I bring this up. People complain about taxes, but it's like look at look at what we get from these taxes.
Florida teaches you that lesson. If you drive if you drive east to west in that state, and I was happy I drove across it with my friend Ryan on our last trip down there. We drove through the places where it's a dust bowl, or they only grow oranges, or where literally you roll the window down and it smells like orange juice everywhere. Yeah. But then you realize you get out of that and it's nothing but like dilapidated trailer parks, closed down restaurants. Like there's nothing there because the only thing is oranges. So, and then you get towards the coast and it's like, this is fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Well, and I had this conversation with because our clientele tends to be older, and I hear that a lot, that complaint a lot. The taxes, I need to move out of the state, da da da. And I had a customer. He was going to buy some more clothes and realized they were being taxed. So he said, "Well, I'll just go up to New Hampshire, where I don't pay sales tax.
I'm gonna pay $40 in gas to go save $5."
I was like, well, sir, you're not. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference, but that's on you. Do what do what you do. And he's like, it's just much better up in New Hampshire. And I went, the difference, sir, is New Hampshire doesn't have 7 urban centers that the state has to pay for, and also, lots of dirt roads in New Hampshire.
Not so much maintenance.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying Connecticut is perfect, and there's nothing wrong with it. Clearly, there's stuff wrong with it. I mean, Hartford's like about to default on its.
I have my theory that Hartford in 5 to 10 years will start to become Asheville, North Carolina. But that's a whole other.
But I'm just saying, like, I just feel I guess maybe my line of thinking because of my political affiliations. It just, I guess, I just don't understand.
So, the flying spaghetti monster.
Yes,
Monsterian.
Exactly. I don't understand the opposite. I don't understand the opposite aisle because I see everything we get and everything this money goes to. Because I haven't lived outside of Connecticut, but I've been down to Florida. I've been to Texas. I've been, to Vermont and and all that stuff. And I see what we get versus.
Well, I've lived in New York City too, so I've seen the other side of like paying a city tax and what that really means. Where like you need snow removal, and it's more than just like what we get here, where they just kind of push it to the side. It's okay. No, this is like there's nowhere this can't go anywhere. Like you need to pay taxes so that we can get a dump truck in here to haul it off to the ocean and dump it into
But that's the thing. You're paying a tax for something the city is doing versus paying no tax and. That's
what do we get?
Yeah, that's no.
You get nothing from nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think honestly, what it comes down to is that a lot of these people that I meet are older people. They've been living here for a very, very long time.
True.
And because they've seen it change so much, and they don't see their circumstances changing.
That kid 30 years ago.
They get very upset by that. Which is fine. My wife actually asked me an interesting question. She says, how do you, because I hate my job. Everyone hates their job. And she says, how do you get up for work every day? And I'm like, I get up for work because it allows me to be married to you. It allows me to have my child.
Yeah,
it allows me to do.
It allows you to be on 5Alive.
It allows me to do the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the only reason I do my job because I can't stand it.
Because we need a place to live and we need.
That's how the world works. So let's get back to fun things that aren't tax related.
I didn't mean
so,
to derail the
I have been listening to Rings of Saturn, which I recently brought up.
Yes.
It is a
That's
very
Harry
heavy
Saturn's
metal
cover band, right?
Not at all.
Oh, no.
I was when we were in North Carolina, I went to the Asheville, North Carolina Toys R Us, which it's a treasure trove around that area. It's a farming area, so they don't really care about action figures. Their kids want outdoor stuff, which is fine, but I want action figures. So when I showed up, there was...
They want to go outside.
There was like piles of toys that you have to hunt for up here, and it was just going from place to place and buying like all of the Shinsuke Nakamuras because nobody cared. So, that was a really awesome time there. But Shinsuke Mononuke. We haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, the ever rare Shinsuke Mononuke.
Dude, he wins a lot of matches on
He
NXT.
does.
There was a kid there working there, and I think if I remember correct, Steven Richard. It was a name like that. Anyway,
Steven Richards?
Steven Richards.
Richard Stevens.
It was Richard Stevens. So anyway, this kid,
He's not gonna allow him to finish.
we get into a conversation about music, and I notice he has his his earbuds kind of poking out of the shirt,
Yep.
and he goes, "Yeah, I'm mostly listening to metal." And this he goes, "I kind of needed to get through the day." And I was like, "No, I understand," and I kind of pull mine up, and I was like, "So what do you listen to?"
Two Princes by Steve
I'm listening. So I'm listening to Skeleton Witch as always, and he says I'm listening to Rings of Saturn, and I get in my car and immediately like, all right, Spotify, let's check it out, dude. Brutal.
Yeah, I think I
love it, man.
I checked out one track last week when you brought it up. And
Yeah,
it
it's
was
pretty rough,
good.
man.
Yeah,
I
we'll have
really
to-
like it.
We'll have to spotlight them on our metal minute, or no, not metal minute, metal talk.
Metal talk.
And we don't want to get sued.
Metal moment.
Metal moment.
We should
yeah.
just call it the metal shinning.
Yeah. There you go.
What do you listen to, Martin?
You already did this.
You
You
did it?
already asked me.
Yeah, he's
what
listening
I
to the
listen
dollops.
Oh,
So,
I thought you were gonna say
Luke,
music.
Let's open up that loop crate.
So let's at the same time we will talk about games.
Yes.
We're gonna put up the code here for the FIFA 2018 for PlayStation 4 here in a minute or so. So if Mommy T wants to throw that in,
Oh,
Yep.
she's doing the typing.
Typing.
She'll throw that up into the comments. So everyone
She's
jump
hacking
over and grab
right
that. Truth is, this is why it pays to watch live.
Yeah.
First person to it gets it. Throw it into the comments.
That's
share
like a
it on
$60
Instagram.
game.
All that. It really is, dude. It's a $60
Yeah.
game.
And it's an awesome
Well,
game.
because we're in Connecticut, it's a $63
It's
game.
yeah. So, all right.
Taxes!
So we're gonna talk about some deal stuff.
Yes.
Loot Vault.
Yes.
Is what I was talking about. Right now they're doing a 50% off sale on stuff that was already discounted by like 30 to 40%. They basically broke down any of their old crates that hadn't sold, and they're selling the parts. They're also
That's
selling
cool.
the complete crates.
Yeah.
I bought this one. I don't remember which one it is. Loot Cryo. I thought it was really cool because it had this shirt. It's a Christmas-based holiday shirt.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
sweet.
cool.
Thought that was really cool. Now, this was $7 for, I think it was like $6 or $7 for the whole
Wow.
thing.
That's great.
So, it was actually kind of geniusly packed. I don't really care about most of the stuff in here, but I did want the pop that was in here. So, the pop alone was $3.50. They were selling it for, so why not get the whole thing? Also because got a pair of totally rad BB-8 socks. We got this shirt.
Yep.
What's this? Oh, a Galaxy Quest emblem patch.
Nice.
Oh, that is amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
For anyone who doesn't know, Galaxy Quest is one of the greatest Star Trek movies ever made.
Yeah, it really is. It's some people, when you get the people who are like, what are the best Star Trek movies? Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
Galaxy Quest. And just like anyone asks me my favorite Fantastic Four movie, I answer The Incredibles.
Yeah. So this is the loot crate. It's from December 2015 called Galaxy, I guess. So
That's
there
cool.
was that. And the pop.
Oh man, these are when the buttons were real shitty.
Oh,
Now,
that's
yeah.
really bad, dude.
They've really improved on their button production. It's actually really cool.
This is the Han Solo in snow gear. So that pop. And then this Halo
that's-
5
That's cool.
ammo tin. So yeah, I thought this was really cool for as cheap as it was.
I have a much nicer ammo tin. I
And
have an actual, back when I think it was Call of Duty 4, they actually sent out real live military
I was
ammo
just gonna say,
tins
they did it.
with their stuff. It was awesome. I still have it.
At the Gentle Giant party years ago, they did the same thing when episode 3 was coming out, and it has on the side spray painted a Clone Troopers thing, and then it has like Fives was here and stuff, like all stuff written on it in white.
They fire lasers.
Lasers!
Shut the fuck
Heat
up.
sinks. That's how Mass Effect got around it.
So, Martin, what are you playing?
I am currently. I played a little bit of Battlefield last night.
Nice.
It's been a bit.
Yeah.
They did the. They had the newest update, which has the Russian maps, and actually adds the Russian army into it, the Red Army.
The only army.
The
So,
maps
by the way, just Mommy T, at any point, if anyone does take the code and they put it in the thing, come down and tell us who it was.
the maps are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they are sniper fests.
Yeah, that's
They
the
are
biggest problem.
real terrible. And if you hate snipers, you will not like them. And boy, oh boy, do I hate some snipers.
Yeah.
It was the opposite of fun. So then I went back to playing Saints Row 4. or Saints Row the Third, which was recently made backwards compatible.
Nice.
I was actually getting ready for Comic-Con stuff.
Nice.
Talk Saints Row 4 real quick.
No, actually, speaking of backwards compatibility, I found out today that Call of Duty Ghosts is backwards compatible, even though it was made for the Xbox One.
Not surprising.
I don't.
That's a thing that Activision can point to and go, oh yeah, no, we're doing backwards compatibility. And we're also charging you $20 a pop for a game that's 7 years old.
Actually, I don't think the price is at the pre-owned price. I don't think is.
No, I'm talking. I'm talking Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yes, yeah, fuck that.
I'm still pissed off about that one.
I know. I love that game.
Yep.
No, I love the second one. I thought was fantastic. The first.
I love the first one.
I like the second.
The second one was good, but the first one was
missing?
amazing.
There's a Halo 5 Guardians Rec Pack.
That's
probably because it's.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't work anymore.
Exactly, I'm sure.
That's the only thing that was missing.
Do you play Halo 5?
I do constantly. That's the only game I play. Yeah.
Sounds like someone I know who plays one game all the time.
I forgot to mention.
That's why I'm not asking him. Yes, this is what I was going to talk about.
Yes, so go ahead and talk about it.
So, Pinball FX 3 is out. They are giving backwards compatibility for most of the games from 2.
Not all of the tables yet.
Not all, but some. But
they said they're working on it, so hopefully that means we get some Street Fighter 2.
This is my favorite. This might be my favorite game. And what it is I love the competition of it, and I love taking things away from you, and I'm really good at this game. I'm like the kind of disgusting good at this game.
What's your blade score?
I think for the one on Xbox 360 you have it.
Yeah.
But because we stopped playing that, I took it.
Oh, okay.
In the Xbox One version.
What's your Moon Knight score?
I think I took that one too.
No, you didn't.
So you might.
No,
we're gonna
sure
post.
Josh
I'm actually.
that one.
I think actually Josh might have. I think Josh out of left field swooped in. But either way, no, I love that game. The competition.
I like how you're challenging his score, but somebody else has the high score.
I think he slid in. No, it really was because it's such a terrible table that we go back and forth on who can kind of endure the most.
And I've taken people off of my friends list because they're too good at that game.
That explains why Martin doesn't show up on my friends list anyway. No, I absolutely love that game though. The Aliens table's really good. My favorite though, if you're gonna try any tables, is the Spider-Man table. Yeah. I still think it's the best. It's the most simple to understand. It's the challenges get harder as you go on. I feel like some of these tables, they immediately drop you into the middle of hell, and you don't really know what you're supposed to shoot or what you're supposed to do. And in this, you go to fight Doc Ock, and it says, "Hey, fight the light up Doc Ock," and he slowly comes at you.
The learning curve on that one's very good.
And then once you hit a stride in that thing, it's you get kind of entranced. At least I do. I love it.
What is it? They also added 3 new tables: Back to the Future, E.T., and Jaws.
I wish it didn't come out Comic-Con week. We have so much to do, and I want to play it so bad. So let's talk a little bit about Comic-Con. Actually, I'm sorry. Crza, what are you playing?
I'm playing a new game. It's actually called Titanfall 2.
Actually, you're a liar. You have not been playing
I played Titanfall 2 earlier. We played with Flash and Reticent. I'm still playing Vampire. They haven't kicked me out of the Vampire group yet.
So that's good.
Exactly. I'm playing that every Thursday night. My character just got turned into a vampire, so I'm happy about that.
I hope someone from your group wins. I believe someone from the group won last
Yes. The person's name on the in the game on Discord is Velociraptor. He won the Crash Bandicoot game, so I don't know.
And that was I thought that it was just going to be one game. Turns out it was 3.
It's 3. Yeah, it's the Insane Trilogy, so it's all 3.
That's awesome, dude.
Crash
So that was our giveaway last week.
Yeah.
We have FIFA this week. We got some stuff. Next week, we may or may not do a live show. We'll see how that works out because Comic-Con's going to be a little nuts. We'll see how it works out. But while we're there, we will be picking up exclusives. We are going to do a giveaway. We'll grab an exclusive. We'll throw it in the 100 subscriber thing. We are at 88 subscribers last time I checked. I don't know where we're at now. Maybe, hopefully some more. Yeah. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we're giving away massive packs of stuff now because we've been every week just
you could see all the stuff we bought tonight, so you can only imagine how much stuff we have.
This is I felt bad that it wasn't really up.
Everything in here.
Han Solo pop right
everything in here.
This Flash
t-shirt.
Not
at all. Not that.
This guy right here.
But so yeah, on Thursday.
Let's speak about real quick. We're gonna grab something that I'd like to be playing.
Yeah.
We're not gonna open it here tonight, but
No, we can open it. We can open it.
We'll open it in a separate video. But look what Crza got today.
Well, not today.
Woo!
I got it on,
well, a couple days ago.
Yeah, Thursday when it came out. Friday.
I didn't. All right. I'm an emulator guy.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I've got the game, the arcade here.
Yep.
All of my systems have it, all my computers. But the Super FX stuff is what I'm most concerned with.
Mm-hmm.
And playing games like Star Fox, the way it's supposed to be played,
Yep.
is so awesome to me. Is there Metroid on there?
Yeah, Super Metroid.
Now, the reason why I want Metroid is because the emulator version, the controller won't allow you to do a certain move in all the ones that I played.
Yeah.
So in Super Metroid, there's a part where you need to do the turbo dash, and then you have to stop. It's you run, you push down, and it does a turbocharge, and you shoot straight up in the air.
Oh, nice.
It won't let me do that series of things.
Yeah.
I've done it a million times on real Metroid. Can't do it on the emulator.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing this later tonight after the live show.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is I have no idea what game I'm going to start with.
Super Punch Out, bro.
I don't know.
Get
I'm really digging wanting to play Yoshi's Island again, and A Link to the Past is on there as well.
So now
there's some really good iconic.
Every Winterimus,
Yeah.
the gaming in January basically.
Yep.
Every Winterimus, I play Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past on any emulator I have. That is why I want this year.
Yeah.
Because now I have my daughter. It'd be really fun for her to see it up on the big screen in the way it's kind of supposed to be seen.
And you guys out there, to get this on the show tonight, I had to sit outside of a GameStop from 2 in the morning until 10 in the morning when this thing opened up. Yeah, it was so cold that night. I don't think my core body temperature returned to normal until today. Like, I was still
So you're like
cold.
Kramer? You're just like, oh, you just had to sit in like a hot
Basically,
tub or
I
something?
mean, I literally, I got home after I bought this. I went to sleep, and I pulled all the blankets I could on there, and then, or on me. And then after I got up to go to work, I was wearing this thermal shirt, a t-shirt over it, a polo over that, and my Battlefield, like that thin Battlefield hoodie, and I was still like
Affected your core temperature.
Yeah, well, because I sat out there the whole time. I didn't go to my car. I had a blanket with me and everything. I did not move from that spot.
So the thing that upsets me about this is I was not a Nintendo guy growing up. The first Nintendo console I owned was the N64. Like I said, my first ever console was a Genesis. I will not get a Genesis like this. Now they do have
they
have
the
them,
81
but
game.
they're
It is pretty
terrible.
sweet.
They're awful quality wise.
Are they?
Yeah,
I haven't played
awful.
one. I like the idea that you can see it does something you can't do here. In that you can play your Genesis cartridges in that one that they do. This one you can't do.
There's a lot of latency problems. I've looked into them.
But
all right,
here's
now,
the thing. I mean, Sega isn't the reason why this is going to be better quality over anything that is released by or released with a Sega thing is because Sega isn't making these anymore.
Exactly. Well, that's what
Nintendo controls this.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm going to do a quick rundown on the games that are on this, and kind of tell you
real quick before you go on. If there's anybody in the live show, leave a comment and tell me what game you think. So BobbyT will give the rundown, and after he gives the rundown, leave a comment and let me know which game you think I should start with on the SNES Classic tonight.
All right, so we got Contra 3, The Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby Superstar, Mega Man X, X. Secret of Mana, Star Fox, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting, Super Castlevania 4, which is another really good one. If you want to pull what's left of your hair out, Super Ghouls and Ghosts is also on here. So now that's where this starts to become worth its value because these games, some of these games are worth a lot of money, even in used form and everything. So getting Secret of Mana, Mega Man X, a good copy of F-Zero, Earthbound. Yeah, these are expensive
and also
games.
Star Fox.
Exactly. We haven't even gotten to the next ones of Super Mario RPG, which is one of the most expensive games and amazing. Although I might have to tell you, dude, if you're going to start at the beginning, if you're going to start with this, I think you might have to go Super Mario World.
Yeah, maybe.
It's so good. It still holds up. I play it all the time. Super Metroid, which we just talked about, Super Punch-Out, which I think what I put up as my number 2, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, one of my all-time favorite games, Yoshi's Island, and Star Fox 2, which is the super processor.
Yeah.
So you get all the weird double and triple
The one
graphics.
thing I think that this, I guess, console, for lack of a better term, is missing, which I would have absolutely loved to have on here, is Chrono Trigger. That I get
if
it.
you
it's
have
Square,
but if you have Final Fantasy, why can't you have Chrono
exactly?
Trigger?
That would have been, I think, just would have been a killer game on there, because Chrono Trigger is so good.
I know no one is going to agree with me on this.
Yes.
Rock and Roll Racing.
No, I'm with you. I love it. Good game.
That is my favorite Super
This
Nintendo
does
game.
have Final Fantasy 3 on it, though, which is one of the best, most reproduced, like they keep putting out. So if they stick true to form on this, and it's really just a good port of it, that's really worth it. Again, we just mentioned like thousands of dollars worth of games. This is what, $80?
$80, yep.
It's running right now. The scalpers are getting $200 right now on eBay. From what I'm hearing, though, is that Nintendo this time decided not to screw everybody over, and they are making a lot more. The only thing this doesn't have that kills me is the ability to download more games.
Yeah, but you can probably hack it just like you can the NES Classic to
Very true,
add,
but at the same time, then you're adding emulators
true,
too.
to something you don't want.
This is the perfect platform. I don't want to add garbage to a perfect platform.
The other thing I really like is even the logo, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It looks just like it did on the box. Yeah, it's that classic '90s, Nintendo look.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Now Crza is experiencing the joy of loving a front runner. I, on the other hand, experienced the constant downfall.
That's not true.
No, I experienced the constant downfall of loving second place.
That's not true. I had a Genesis first, and I love the Genesis too.
I love the Genesis.
Yeah, the
Phantasy Star series is amazing.
Sega did stuff in the 90s that game companies are doing now. Like, one of my friends who had a Genesis before his older brother kind of corrupted me and introduced me to
the
Nintendo.
Fandom that is Nintendo.
Exactly. He had that cable subscription that Sega
ran. TV was awesome, dude.
And like that shit that game companies are doing now. I mean, look at PlayStation. PlayStation Now, it's the
That's
same.
all it is. Exactly. Yep. No, I'm with you on that. I actually had a girlfriend who her little brother had it, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go over your house and hang out with you. It's like, we're gonna make out. Nah, can I play Genesis? Like unlimited amounts of Genesis. So I love both of them. Yeah, I'm with it.
Nintendo was awesome in its own right. Sega is also awesome in its own right. It just sucks that Sega felt the need to fuck around with their books and cook their books to kind of
kind of screw it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's before the battery on this dies, let's jump on over to our NYCC talk.
Yes.
We may not be live between now and then, so we just want to tell everyone we will be at New York Comic Con.
Yes.
We are hashtag 5Alive NYCC. So check that on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and you're going to find out everything that we have going on. We'll also maybe Reddit. I don't really mess around with Reddit quite as much. We really should, but we don't. We have interviews and meetings and just little stuff we want to do throughout the con and people we'd like to meet. We will be talking to people from NECA, Mezco, Diamond Select Toys. Who else did we just recently? Kid Robot.
Yep, Kid Robot.
Pop Culture Shock Toys, which I'm still like frothing at the mouth for that Green Ranger and the Cthulhu. The Cthulhu they did is unbelievable.
That Green Ranger is what I've been showing everyone.
It's
like,
so
we're going to be talking to this company, and this is how good they are.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a few artists coming up too. We have Iron Cow from Matt Cawley of Iron Cow Productions. He's a toy customizer, along with Pierre Calanzaga of Mezco. What I actually want to do with Pierre, because we talk about collections here more than anything, we all collect something different. Sometimes we bring up vinyl records, sometimes it's just different things. He's a sneaker guy. And I feel inadequate every time I'm around him because his sneakers are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I have no shoes that are worth anything.
Yeah, no.
So,
dude, I just want to make sure we can see. I wear Sperry Hawaiian shirt shoes. Like, I have like 10 pairs of these. Yeah, this is what we wear. You meet Pierre and he's like, hey, here's this really amazing pair of sneakers that are like You know, I paid $5 for. They're like $900 sneakers.
They made 3 of them.
Yeah, he's that guy. And they're just so amazing. Just like Nikki over on Toy Pizza. It's all Supreme and Nike skateboarding.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's amazing. But
does he have those Back to the Future Nikes that they?
That is still one of my biggest regrets in not getting, and we will talk about that off the air. But yeah, dude, he may have a pair. They're called Nike Air Max.
Speaking of biggest regrets in terms of shoes, I don't know if you remember in the '90s, Vans made a pair of shoes that were made out of the tennis ball material.
Yes.
And then, dude, I wish they re-released them. I think maybe 5 or 10 years ago.
They were so cool. Dude, I remember them like yesterday.
I wish I had gotten a pair of those re-releases. I had a pair when I was a kid, and I mean, obviously, you know, I'm skating in them and I'm running around, and
they're
they got
shit,
exactly. But to get a re-released pair would have been amazing.
At Comic-Con, we are trying to get to Funko.
Yes.
You have to like make appointments to just buy stuff from there. So we're really trying to push. I think we're just gonna have to show up. With cameras, just be like, hey, Funko, what are you making? So guys, if there is anything in the you guys want to see, any of our viewers, put it in the comments. We are going to try to check out everything we can.
Yeah, speaking of Funko for NYCC, did you guys see the New York Comic Con exclusive they have for Cuphead? The Cuphead Pops?
Yes.
They're making a 2-pack. Yeah, they look awesome.
I'm so excited for Cuphead the game, Cuphead the everything.
Cuphead the flamethrower.
Cuphead, exactly. Cuphead merchandising.
Cuphead the breakfast cereal. So Cuphead is out. Everything I've heard about it is that it's awesome.
Yes.
I have not played it yet because I need to save money
Again,
for NYCC.
I'm not playing anything. I'm just putting everything into NYCC right now. Who I'm most excited to see, Vertebrae 33.
T-shirt guy. Those T-shirts. Yep. And,
speaking of, I have to make all the T-shirts for us. Just, geez Louise, but it's going to be awesome. Yeah. What else are we going to do there? We have that Stand Against Evil. We've got... there's a Spider-Man experience, a Homecoming, where they say you can do web slinging and stuff.
Yeah, there's a Dawn of the Planet of the Apes experience.
Yeah, so there's a few things we're going to do that are weird experiences. We're going to have exclusives we're going to be talking about. People, creators, you name it, we're sitting down with. Also, Jesse DeStasio of Toy Pizza with Nikki.
Dude, he better have something for me.
Again with the pointing.
That's right. I do it for...
You point directly
I do it for a point of emphasis.
So, Toy Pizza and Jesse and Nikki just put out a crossover with Super 7's The Worst. It's a 2-pack figure of the Vector armor and one of the worst figures. It's going to be available at New York Comic Con, so we're going to be definitely getting that, checking that out, and talking to the guys, which means we'll probably be talking to Super 7 while we're there. Wow. I cannot wait. I love their stuff. With the new Loot Crate DX, there was a figure from them, which is a Jack Kirby drawing. I cannot wait to show you this.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
It's unbelievable. Definitely suggest this one's Loot Crate DX. It's $50. Totally worth every penny. Check that out in another video. Who else did we want to talk to? There was a few other people on our list that we just... Are we
gonna try to do that Chucky?
There was a Chucky panel, thing. Yeah. There was a Chucky panel and an experience, so we'll try to see what we could do on that.
We're gonna try and talk to Zack Ryder.
Yeah. We're gonna stalk Zack Ryder. I have a good idea of where Cardo is gonna be.
Is Alexa Bliss gonna be there?
She is not. We're gonna have actually her little 5 feet of fury in a bag though. We're gonna pull it out.
Thank Christ.
So, what else was there that we really had talked about? One other thing, it's really killing me right now.
I think we're good.
Panels. We got. Was it Butts? It was Butts. Oh, Mike DeCamp of Jazzwares is the other one. If you guys like the Minecraft figures, Roblox, and all of the other stuff, Jazzwares has a huge line of stuff. They actually make these Finn Balor headphones that I really kind of want a pair of.
Sweet.
But Mikey will be up at the con. He's got meetings and things to do, but he's also going to sit down with us. He's going to talk toys with us because this dude is just old school with toys. He's a toy lover like we are. He also has his own vlog. Check out Mike DeCamp. But he's also going to talk metal with us.
Nice.
And Mike is metal as fuck. It's going to be... We are going to do some awesome shit this time. Dude, I'm very excited to talk to Mike.
I'm looking forward to talking the metal there.
And we want to try to talk to Randy Falk at NECA about metal, too, because he's another metalhead. Mm-hmm. Josh over at Pop Culture.
Must unite.
There's going to be a lot of metal episodes, I think, coming up. It's going to be toys and metal for the next couple weeks here, guys, so get ready.
I'll be out.
So, hey, with that, we are 5Alive. I'm BobbyT.
I'm Martin.
And I'm Crza.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe. let us know how you feel. 5Alive VP on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Comment below. And if no one has taken it, there is a code for a free FIFA 18 for the PS4. It is a $60 game.
He's trying to take off
Once we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to do a gigantic prize pack, including the Super NES that Crza bought.
Nope. Hashtag nope.
All sorts of awesome giveaways. So definitely, if you have not done so yet, subscribe.
Yeah. I got a couple hashtags. Hashtag 5Alive RRR for the Red River rivalry. That's actually coming up in 2 weeks. So if Texas beats Oklahoma, if there's any Sooner fans out there, you got to wear some Texas gear, take a picture, post it on our Instagram. If Oklahoma wins, I will wear an Oklahoma shirt, and I'll wear it here on the live show.
And no pants.
Exactly. Well, I'm not wearing
Wear
pants
pants
now.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the difference?
We've also got hashtag 5Alive Damn for yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. If you know anyone that looks like Rod Simmons / Farouk, take pictures.
Bob's dad.
/ my father, BobbyT63 on Instagram.
If you do know Bobby T's dad, troll him for some pictures, post it on our Instagram, and yeah, I want to see some Farouk pics.
So I just actually want to throw something in here. Martin calls me last week, like, I can't get my tire up. This thing is flat. I've been out here for hours. I call my father. I'm like, Dad, you live around the corner. Can you go help Martin? Yeah. My father gets there, gets out, wrenches one bolt, wrenches the other, leaves faster than Martin can go from his car to the house and back. My father's like, peace. It took two dudes to not do the job that my father did.
I felt like so. I felt awful. I'm a child. I am married. Yeah, no. I am a child. I am married.
The only thing Martin has is sperm that worked that time.
Yeah,
and these shoes are pretty fucking white too.
Dude.
So I like that. Yeah, these are.
That's how he rolls, man.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Ron Simmons is his shit. So, hashtag, like we said, 5Alive NYCC. For real, we are going to be there. We're going to be doing a lot of shit. So
Oh my god!
ready. Also, see, 5Alive.
Hashtag 5Alive. Damn.
Damn.
Gotta give your dad a